Hi, this is Tony
And Carol.
from Coastal Art. Today we're going to show you how to do an acrylic pour flip cup. I'm going to use 4 colours: violet, cobalt blue, turquoise and global silver. Now I've mixed each of those colours with a 50-50 mixture of paint and Floetrol and just added a little bit of water to make it smooth. In the first colour I'm going to be adding some silicone. I'm using dimethicone, but you can use hair oil or even WD-40 with silicone. Each will produce a slightly different result. I'm going to be using this round board. The first colour is violet, and that's got the silicone mixed with it. The silver, cobalt blue and turquoise. Now this is our pouring cup. The first colour already has the silicone mixed with it, about 12 drops in these small cups, but only in the first colour. The second colour is the silver. Now I'm not going to mix these, I just want them to sit on top of each other in the pouring cup. The next colour is the cobalt blue. And finally the last colour is the turquoise. We've pre-mixed these so that you don't have to see the mixing process. It can take some time to mix them together with the Floetrol. You need to make sure that the mixture is smooth and free of bubbles. Okay, now the next challenge is to get this cup upside down on top of the board. And the way to do that is to hold the cup on one hand, turn the board upside down, place the palm of your hand firmly in the middle of the board, and with the cup and board together, turn both upside down. Now that our cup is upside down, we need to wait for a little bit for the paint to flow down the sides of the inside of the cup and for those colours to mix.
Now we are just going to give the cup a couple of taps to help the paint flow down.
Now we need to wait for about 30 seconds for the paint to flow down and blend in the inside of the cup. Now as we lift that cup, you need to place your thumb and fingers down near the lower edge of the cup and squeeze gently and then tilt the cup while it stays in touch with the board, so that the paint flows out like this without making large drops on top of the pour. And I'm just keeping the cup in contact with the board there to avoid any droplets, and pouring out a little bit more of the remainder onto the board. And I'll just leave a little bit left in the cup. Sometimes it's useful to keep a little bit more left in the cup in case you need to touch up parts of your pour. That's probably enough. Now the last step is to pick up your poured piece and to try to distribute the paint around so that it covers all of the piece without losing the parts of the pour which you like the most. Now as I'm looking at this, you can see that some parts are more interesting than others. So I'd actually like to keep some of those cells at the top in the silver and violet, but I need to cover the bottom part of this board. So I'll just pour the paint down to the bottom first and then up to your top right so that I can cover the top, and then I may tilt some of that upper part off again. Now each time you do this it will be different, and you will have your own preference as to what colours you want left in the pour. That's starting to look pretty much how I would like it to stay, but I would like to just balance that just a little bit more in the middle. That's starting to look pretty much like I'd like at this point. Now the only remaining things to do are to just make sure that there's paint on the edge of the pour so that all is covered. There's a couple of places here where I'll just use my finger to push the paint into the edge of the canvas. You can pick up a pop stick, use a little bit of paint from the cup, or even some from the overpour in the tray. So we just go around and make sure that the paint covers all of the surface around the edge of the pour. It's always handy to keep a little bit of each colour over, just in case there's a part of the pour which you don't like, or it has a bubble, or it hasn't flowed the way you want it to. Just touch it up with a stick, or sometimes you can pick off a piece of lint or a bubble with a pin. Once you've finished the pour, you'll need to rest it on a surface that's completely level for 3 to 4 days. Now we've done that, and we've taken a photo, and this is what the end result looks like.
Thanks for watching our video. Have a look at our Coastal Art page on Facebook.
You'll find us on a Facebook search by typing Coastal Art Creations or Coastal Art.